Hello there, everyone. Zantok here with Slexter Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XVI. What kind of nonsense is Clive going to get wrapped up into today and sigh about? It's like, oh god, how do I keep getting to this? Well, I don't know because of how the editing process works. But I will say, enjoy.
How many times do we have to tell you? You're not to go out into the woods alone.
Yeah.
I wasn't alone. You're back.
So? Did you find the fiend that attacked me and young Eirik here?
I did. It won't be troubling you anymore.
Yes. I knew you'd get it.
Only because you warned me of its existence. Not that you should ever have learned of its existence, but all's well that ends well, I suppose.
What was it anyway?
A manifestation of Leviathan's power. When we visited Wallius in the Surge, he was angry and afraid. The Eikons summoned these creatures for his protection. Though why one would be wandering the ruins of Riversmeet, I don't know.
Maybe it was looking for his mum. That's where she died, isn't it? The falls.
The Falls?
Aye. When they took her baby, she threw herself off the top. We go there once a year to pay our respects. The whole village.
Enegi is a part of its master's spirit, but Wallius wouldn't have been aware of what had happened to his mother, would he?
Well, either way, you did us a favor putting that thing to rest. Us and Wallius. Thank you.
Aye. Thanks, mister.
The inn can wait. Complete 10 Macedonian quests. Okay, why not one for completing all of them? This is the last. Okay, yeah. There's nothing else to pick up with this one. Hopefully it's the last one.
No, it has to be him.
What has to be who? If you, don't mind my asking.
It's not your asking I mind. It's my explaining. But I don't see any other way around it. You see, when a baby is born here, we hold a ceremony to welcome them. The rite of immersion, we call it. But I don't know whether Wallius was ever afforded that courtesy. What is abundantly clear, though, is that my ancestors never welcomed him as one of us. And I want to change that. The problem is, the ceremony requires 3 ministrators. The baby's parents, and a witness. As tributary, the role of witness would normally fall to me. But being Wallius's closest living relative, I must play the role of mother.
So you want me to serve as witness in your stead?
That's right. A witness must be a trusty guardian, ready to steer the child through the stormy waters of life, and on to tranquility. Which is why I thought of you.
It would be my honor.
Thank you, Clive.
So, if you will serve as mother and I as witness, who will take on the father's role?
I have a younger brother. He should be making ready for the rite as we speak, though whether he is or not. Let me introduce you.
Please do. If he's anything like his sister, I'm sure we'll get on famously.
I'll bid him come to the Witten Hall. Will you wait for us there?
Gladly. It
It's good to have him back.
Clive, my brother.
If it isn't my old mate Sid!
You?
So you do remember me, even stripped of my cunning disguise. I'm touched.
You two know each other.
My friends and I crossed paths with your brother on our hunt for the Dusk Crystals, during which we saved his life. 3 times, was it?
3, 4, who's counting? All I know is when Shula mentioned she'd called in Sid the Outlaw to help young Walyas, I could be sure that the little rascal was in safe hands. I mean, having seen you in action back at the tower, I know exactly what you're capable of.
So the mercenary you met in the Sage Spire, that was Clive. And he saved your life? That's a rather different story from the one you told me. And a far likelier one at that. It would appear my family owe you twice over. Whether they admit it or not. Honestly, Fammy, would it kill you to tell the truth once in a while?
What? I said sorry, didn't I? How about we save the, recriminations until after the ceremony, eh?
Speaking of which, what does this ceremony involve exactly?
It's simple, really. We each say a short prayer and anoint the child's head with holy water.
Nothing too onerous, then?
Not about the rite itself, no. But it does call for some preparation. One of the witness's responsibilities is to collect the holy water, you see. 3 phials for the 3 ministrators, each taken from a particular place. Don't worry, though. It's not as if you have to go alone. I can show you the way.
I'd appreciate that.
Famiel, you stay here and ready the Witten Hall.
Leave it to me.
If there's anything Jill and I can do to assist you.
We'd be glad to help.
Thank you both. All right then, let's get started, shall we? There are 3 types of holy water that we must collect. The water of the mountain, of the river, and of the sea. We take the water of the mountain from the spring atop Maiden's March. The water of the river from the course that flows through the ruins of Riversmeet. And the water of the sea from the shallows of Tailwind Bay. Here are the phials we'll be using in the ceremony. I'm ready to leave whenever you are.
Okay. Wow, that's a place we haven't been able to go yet. Okay. Well, let's start down here, I guess. I really thought we'd be done by now.
Ready, go?
I was not expecting nearly another full stream for 16 to finish out Rising Tide, but... 1, Leviathan being a dick, and then 2, extra side quests have add to the length. Oh, okay, I gotta keep going this way.
Stay back! I'm warning you!
I was hoping I could just
Someone's in
pick it
trouble.
up and
Come on.
then leave.
Help! What help? Nobody's coming to... Help?
We're here to help. Keep its attention on us.
Ah. Come on, Torama. New enemies during this fight? Okay. Oh, it's bombs. Lovely. Alright, bomb is down.
Get him.
No, 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 no.
Is anyone hurt?
Oh, Sid! Thank all the clouds in the heavens you came. You saved us. Again!
Would you two care to explain what you're doing up here?
The chief sent us to fetch incense for the ceremony. So the Witten Hall smells nice. For the little Ben.
You mean to tell me you braved this den of deadly beasts for some tree sap?
You don't have to do everything he says, you know.
Or if you must, at least have the good sense to ask one of our hunters to accompany you.
We're sorry.
It's fine. Just go back to the village before you get yourselves into any more trouble.
Right you are. Oh, and thanks and that.
Remind me to give my brother a cuff round the ear when we get back.
Alright.
Right then. Let's collect this water, shall we?
Alright, the two waters, what's gonna have a fight? But I'm gonna be real. I'm kinda over it. I thought we were gonna be done an hour ago.
The rain that falls on the mountain emerges here, in these springs.
The source of the river. The source of life.
Precisely. Take care not to spill it.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Can't jump down from there. Damn it.
There. We can collect the water of the river from here.
All right.
The water of the river represents life. It is constantly moving, constantly changing. And though its course may twist and turn or branch into 1,000 separate streams, it always flows in the same direction, from source to sea, beginning to end.
Like time. What of Wallius then? When your ancestors froze him, did they remove him from the River of Life?
They did. Like an ice-bound pool that didn't thaw for 80 summers. But now he's free to flow again, to live. And you and I shall flow with him, for we are all but drops of water in the great river of life.
I find that thought oddly reassuring.
Go on.
A drop of water might seem insignificant on its own, but as a part of a torrent, it can cleave a path through the hardest rock. It makes me believe we humans might just stand a chance.
I believe we might. Just one more file to go then.
Nearly done.
I was not gonna trust that I was gonna get that without a fight until the cutscene ended. Like, don't trust this. We have to finally see what's south of this area, though. It's been blocked off for so long. Hello, turtle.
Faster!
There.
Joe, why are you saying there? Oh, wrong way. I thought Feather's Fell didn't sound quite right. This way.
This path leads down to the coast. Usually we keep this gate shut tight, but since this is a special occasion... Thank the tides the weather held. This place can be treacherous when the waves are high. If it weren't for the holy water, no one would ever come down here.
I'll be sure to watch my step.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
Water flows to the sea, then rises into the clouds. Just like life, The end is not the end, only a new beginning.
I don't know why I'm bothering to pick up the items. They're all going to be useless
My
crafting
ancestors
materials.
chose this place because it was where the first boat landed.
And it's a good thing they didn't land closer to the surge.
Quite.
The water of the sea. I still can't help but be awed by it.
Oh? All that wave ever made me feel was pity and sorrow for the innocent life trapped inside it. The child my great-grandfather sacrificed to try to change his people's fate. It was wrong, an unforgivable sin. But I often wonder, will my descendants ever forgive me for what I have done? As tributary, I've faced many difficult choices. And though I've always striven to do what's best for my people, here we live in poverty, hidden away from the world. So have my choices denied them a better life, just as my ancestors denied Walyas his?
No. You would not forcibly sacrifice one of your people to save the others. You do the best you can for all of them, as do I. We share in their woes, just as we share in their joys. And the most we can do is try to bring them more of the latter.
Aye, you're right. And try I shall, to bring all of my people a better tomorrow. Walyas included.
Then I wish you luck. If my time with the boy is any indication, he's going to be quite a handful.
Then we must start as we mean to go on, and give him the very best welcome we can.
Where to next, then?
Back to the village, to find out if my brother has made the necessary preparations. Or got his lackeys to do it for him.
We have the holy water. Is everything else in place?
All ready to go. Told you could count on me.
Then let us begin. Famiel, have your men summon everyone to the Witten Hall.
Right you are.
Shula, wait. I don't know the words.
Don't worry, there aren't many of them. We'll have time enough to practice before people arrive. My friends, we are gathered here today to welcome this child into our community by the rite of immersion, as has been our custom since the first reign. As tributary, I would normally perform the rite with the child's parents, but Walyas's mother and father returned to the sea long ago. So I and my brother Famiel shall serve as his family, while the one who returned him to us shall bear witness in my stead. Clive, if you would step forward.
like the rain that falls on the mountains tall, are we born.
Like the river that flows through the valleys below, do we live.
Like the boundless sea, where the currents run free, do we die, and to the clouds then rise again.
The circle of water is the circle of life. And today, from the heavens falls rain anew. This child, Walias, now joins our stream, and he shall flow with us from the mountains to the sea. You played your part to a T, Clive. Thank you. It means a lot to us.
I was honored to be asked, and terrified I'd miss.
Now that you're part of the family, young Walyas, my lad, Uncle Samuel can teach you the ways of the world.
Oh no, he can't.
Eh?
Don't be so hasty. Your brother's knack for self-preservation might serve him well.
Ha! You are never going to let me live that down, are you?
I'm gonna raise Walias as if he were my own. Teach him everything I know about life, our people, and our past. But with all the mother crystals gone, he will grow up in a world without comforts. One where we only have ourselves and each other to rely on.
I'd say your people are better prepared than most to survive in such a world, Shula. To thrive, indeed, under your guidance.
Only if nature continues to smile on us. If we were to lose her gifts, we'd be left with nothing at all.
Yes. But it needn't come to that. Not if we can stop the spread of the Blight. So long as we can save a single patch of soil, we can plant the seeds for a new world. One where we can all be free.
Perhaps then, we might finally be able to step out from behind our curtain, eh? Till that day comes, I wish you good tide.
Thank you. We should be on our way.
Well, you be careful out there.
Aye, you steer clear of trouble now.
Likewise.
God damn, we have so much money. First rain talisman. Ah, it's going to go into our room too.
To think,
We must be the first outsiders to have witnessed that rite in over a century.
Wallius has been waiting for it for nearly as long. He seemed pleased to be finally rejoining the family.
Now all we have to do is save that family. To change our river's course.
I think we already did. And there are no more side quests. Anywhere. Yay! The only side content that we could really do at this point is the Already Stones, and I've decided, no. I don't really want to. So we're not gonna. Unfortunately, it means that we won't get the final item in Clive's wall. What the fuck? Oh. I know we had a notice about the Already Stone, but I thought it was just like a Leviathan challenge. This
What is this?
doesn't seem like the Leviathan challenge.
Euthos.
Ah, fuck.
You plumbed the very abyss, yet still you hunger. We are impressed.
Is that so? Not again.
Is ours, and now it is yours.
Wait.
Consider it a gift from us to you, a taste of things to come.
You still think I'm going to be your vessel? I'll take your gift then, Ultima. Just don't expect it back.
Ultimate power. Clive's been granted a portion of Ultima's essence. Attuning with Ultima not only neutralizes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new divine abilities such as Voice of God, a punishing attack that sends a concentrated beam of light from the heavens to scorch the very earth. What the fuck? Ultima's feat. Ultima's feat Ascension allows Clive to levitate from the ground, transforming his normal square attack into a sweeping assault capable of striking multiple nearby enemies at once. It also enhances his normal ranged spell attack into a five-fold volley of holy arrows. In addition, pressing X allows Clive to rise up even further into the air, allowing easier access to flying enemies. What the hell? Oh, I had to. Okay.
I will never be yours.
Oh, is it not? Is it just like? Oh, I see. That. Okay, that's an enhanced version of the Phoenix Wing attack. And so is that. Ow. I was not expecting that. I was like, oh, okay, already something is sweet, you know, Leviathan special little challenge, but no.
You, who ever rail against our gifts, remain all too eager to avail yourself of them. Perhaps you require more time to reflect.
Kairos Gate unlocked. Kairos Gate is now accessible from the hideaways of Reddystone. Kairos Gate is challenging in-game battle content which Clive must delve into the various circles of hell to tackle wave after wave of familiar yet ferocious enemies. I'm gonna pass on that, thank you. I need to know Ultima's other things, though, assuming there are other abilities. Huh. Oh, good, we have the ability points for it. Alright, so we have Voice of God, rise and call forth from the heavens a ray of pure ether to scorch the land. Yeah, that's cool as shit. We already have Proselytize and Dominion, but what's Ultimate Demise? Draw on all smaller enemies, then overwhelm them with a singular eruption of Magic's force. We gotta go find some enemies just like see what this looks like. This is a requirement. Oh, we have one ability point. Alright. Oh, I actually need to equip it. Alright, first let's go read what is in our room. A New Hope. Clive, I ping you this note from the Witten Hall, beneath the tapestry whose images for so long haunted my dreams. Outside, the air rings with Manda's soothing coos, the clangor of Pavat's hammer, and the rumble of his curses, and the whisper of the winds through the Elder's blessing. In short, almost everything is as it was before you came here. There's just one difference. The bundle that lies burbling happily beside me. One tiny difference, yet one that has changed everything. When my ancestors committed their greatest sin, it was not only Walyas who was frozen in time. For 80 years, we motes of water have been bound by the spell they cast that day, unable to right their wrongs, unable to move forward, But now, like Walyas, we are released. We can live again on our own terms, where every life is equal and all equally cherished. You brought us this gift, and I have every belief that you'll bring it to the world. Believe in yourself. Believe in you. From Shula. Alright, then we got 2 new things on our wall. The Haven Signboard. The emblem of Haven. Hidden village with the moats of water. The pattern of intersecting lines represents both the scales of the great serpent Leviathan and the ripples upon the surface of the ceaseless rill, the circle of life that is neither the beginning nor end. Now that Walyas is released, the two flow together again at long last. And the First Rain Talisman. Oft called pennons on account of their flag-like nature, these quaint hand-woven charms I believe represent one's journey down the river of life from first rain to their ultimate return to the sea. This particular example was crafted by Jill in preparation for Walyas' rite of immersion, and represents her heartfelt wish that the infant's journey be as long as it is calm. Alright, we are going to... Actually, I kind of want to see Harpocrates first. Let's make a quick trip to Harpocrates. We'll see if anything gets upgraded about the tomes. And see if there are any entries that we are still missing. Somehow. In theory, we shouldn't be. Because we've done everything except for the Reddystone challenges.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
What? Reading the Echoes. Oh. Entries for Echoes of the Fallen are now available for viewing in the 1,000 tomes. Entries for Echoes of the Fallen will appear on the final page of each of the 4 sections of compiled knowledge. Are you going to tell me the same thing about Rising Tide? Yeah.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
So then what the heck isn't... We're somehow missing a person? Literally how? And we're missing 3 Misters of the Realm. I quite honestly do not know how or what we could be missing.
Did you learn everything you needed?
But that's frustrating. Okay, maybe something to do with the music. Or we like talk to see the State of the Realm updated. I don't know. What I'm gonna do to close out Final Fantasy XVI, we're gonna go up to where's the last area? I guess we can go there. River's Meet is fine. I want to see these other 2 ultimate abilities that we didn't get to do in the tutorial fight.
This one. Over here.
First of all, I like how the spell looks. Alright. Oh, Voice of God. That's great. I like that a lot. Alright, game, give me another fight. I need to use his ultimate skill. Unfortunately, we can't make it to its best version because we don't have the ability points for it. But it's fine, we can see what the basic level of it looks like. Alright, crabs. Again, it's another better version of what Phoenix has, or that's how it looks. I like these skills. These are good. If we had more to do, I would replace. God, would I replace Odin with ult? No, I think I would replace. I have to think about replacing one of them with Ultima because that'd be Those are some nutty skills. But that's the end. Final Fantasy 16 is done. All right, and that is a wrap on the latest Final Fantasy game, time of recording, to exist. Final Fantasy 16 is over. There's technically a little bit more we could do with those, I forget what they're called, but like the little challenges where I could only play as one icon and they would force me to use only certain abilities. We did the first one not too bad, which I think it was Shiva. But then I was just like, this kind of took a while. I don't really feel like I want to do them all, which is a shame because I had to do them in order to get the last thing for Clive's memory wall. I was like, that hurts me a little on the inside. Just a wee bit. So, final thoughts on this game. In the weeks after beating it, my thoughts kind of settled to a state of general to disappointment. I don't think it was necessarily terrible, but I definitely felt whelmed in a lot of aspects. Like what I told people is that I think what this game did best, the two things that it absolutely did amazing in is one, character design. Characters look really good. The designs of them are just fantastic. As much as I don't like Barnabas as a character, honestly I would say he doesn't really have a character to begin with. His design is pretty solid. And then you have Sid, you have Benedicta, you have Clive, and the last outfit that they gave him like midway through the game all look fucking fantastic. Hugo looks great. Jill looks great, although I did use Jill's alternate outfits. But even the side characters, Karen looked really good. I liked how they designed the characters and overall the world. I do think like the world, it was kind of empty. It had some like fun little things I could run around in, but that was it. Like there wasn't really a reason to explore anything. Every once in a while, I would actually find a chest, and be like, oh hey, what's in this? Crafting materials. Okay. Speaking of, like, I had to say, my least favorite part about this game was the crafting system. The crafting inventory system was just, I hate to start to, like, end this whole thing off with a, like, a negativity rant, but I'm sorry. But I feel like I had more issues with the game than things I, like, outwardly enjoyed, which is really unfortunate. But the crafting inventory system was so bad. You're telling me I can only hold, like, 4 potions to start, and I think like 6 or 7 by the end. And the only items that we were consistently getting through chests is these basic crafting materials, which you can't use to craft the potion. They're only used to craft like the beginning weapons and armor. Yeah, I'm still getting I had like 600 plus of some of the shit by the end of the game, and no reason to ever use it. It's like, what? Why? Who designed that system? Guys, come on. Let me do it. If you're going to make me have a crafting system, give me a reason to do it. Like, look at 7 Rebirth. 7 Rebirth did a much better job with crafting. I know you released before Rebirth. I guess that means you're not the most recent Final Fantasy game. You're the most recent main title, though. It was like, come on, guys. The fuck? Just a mess. Some people really hated the combat system, felt that it was just button spammy, and they're not wrong, but I actually did, like, I had fun bringing out the Phoenix attacks and the Garuda attacks and then the Odin and Ramu and Shiva. Like, those were all fun attacks for me. Just gonna, like, chain them up all night. Like, it was enjoyable. Unfortunately, like, what I was fighting typically was just meh. The enemy variety was so bad, and you're like, yeah, even back to Final Fantasy 1, we had enemy recolors, but there was a lot more variety back then than there was in this game. And even if you want to say, like, well, I mean, those are just sprites, and these are whole 3D models, and but it takes more time. It's like, you're right. But look at 7 Remake and 7 Rebirth. Look at 13. Look at 12. Look at 10. 7, 8, 9. A lot of fun. There's been more Final Fantasies with 3D enemies with greater enemy variety than what this game has had. Not a good look. Sorry. And then the story itself was okay, but I don't know if I ever really felt like pulled in or not. I think they should have just ditched the whole thing with Ultima. Honestly, Ultima was not interesting. Just make it more of a political drama with the different nations. We didn't need ancient space, not ancient space, but like an ancient god Ultima. And to be fair, like Final Fantasy traditionally has like, oh yeah, there's the ancient god entity. It's a whole thing with Final Fantasy and JRPGs in general. But Ultima, it just kind of felt bland, so bland. And Barnabas took that in him with too, with how bland he was. He was the worst villain, and not an aspect of like, oh man, this guy's a piece of shit. No, he's the worst villain. He was just boring. You attached the most boring villain to Odin? Odin, you got robbed, my guy. I didn't even get to fight Odin. Not really. Like, Barnabas, the time we fought Barnabas, he's only in Odin form in actual combat for like 20 seconds. And then the other time we were fighting Odin, it was like cinematic. Why? Fighting Garuda was fun, but it was also lesser because it was our first Eikon fight, so they didn't do as much to it. But then they immediately ramped the fuck up the Titan. They ramped the fuck up with Bahamut, and then Odin just felt like we were plummeting down the graph. It's like, really? I kind of wish there were optional boss fights for Ramu and Shiva. That would have been fun, but I get it. And then Leviathan was bullshit because that's that one section where you had like such a tight window to do enough damage or instantly lose. And we failed like what 7 times or something of that nature. Jesus Christ! And I know like I'm harping on all this negativity, and it sounds like I would put this game in like the bottom bin of all shitty games of all time. Like, no, I wouldn't. Would I put it at the bottom of my personal ranking of just Final Fantasy games that I played? Probably. The only other Final Fantasy game that I have beaten that I might put 16 above is 2. Final Fantasy 2. And I'm not even sure about that. Like, I feel like I want to replay 2 before I really make that decision. But like, it's definitely below 7, it's below 9, it's below 10 and 10 too. It's below Stranger of Paradise, the fucking meme that game is. It's below 6, below 5, below 4, below what 1 is hard to rank just because of what it is. Similarly, 14 is hard to rank. But it'd be below all those other ones easy. 3 I never finished. 6 I never finished. Technically I never finished 6 or 8, but I got enough that I could confidently rank them mostly. 3 I never finished. 12, 13, 15. But 16 currently is bottom of the pack. And I think it's really unfortunate because some of these characters were really good. Like, I forgot to mention Joshua's design. Oh, good. The fucking Bahamut fight where Ifrit and Phoenix fused. That was the height of this game. That was the best sequence, the best scenario that we had. Unfortunately, it ended with me not even being the one to kill Clive's mother. What a fucking bitch. Worst parent any Final Fantasy main protagonist has ever had. Easily. The only one that comes fucking close is Jecht. Anyone else was either an absentee father, which also not good in all respects, or just barely a character. To be fair, there's not really much out of the Final Fantasy parents. There was Laguna. Laguna's a bit of a special case. But we like Laguna. Laguna's great. But yeah, Final Fantasy 16. I hate to be sour on it. I really wanted to enjoy the game. Because like a lot of my friends were just like, oh my god, I love it. It's so good. It's so emotional. And I just didn't get that same kind of response from it. I hope I like the next Final Fantasy and that they release better. I really do. I would like to try and play or give it another shot, especially now we do streaming. I'd love to give another shot to 12, to 13, to 15. and see if maybe I like 16 more or less than any of those. I don't know. Oh my god, I've had such a long retrospection on this game. These haven't been this. These aren't normally this long. Wow, I've had a lot of things to say. I think I'm gonna cut myself off. Holy shit. But yeah, with all that said, we are done with Final Fantasy 16. I don't think there's ever going to be any more DLC, so we'll never be revisiting this game. But we will be revisiting Final Fantasy, whether it's on stream or just direct to YouTube. It'll depend on the game. I know I want to do a lot more of the franchise. Ideally, I would like to get all of the mainline games on the channel at some point. And considering I've only done 1, 7, 9, and now 16, I have a ways to go. Too many games to play. Not enough time. Fuck me. But with that, I will close things off here, and I will see you in whatever video of mine you decide to watch next. Bye, everyone.